Thank you all for tuning in to Mindset of She. I'm your host, Angel Stevenson. I am a wellness mentor and mindset coach. Welcome to my She's and Principles and Thoughts. This is a space of mindfulness, self-awareness, and positivity. How can you allow yourself to confront your issues after you face yourself? After you face yourself, right? So after you made yourself aware of your bad habits or your issues that you need to confront, right? You are aware of it. So do you find yourself wanting to distract your mind from what's important? So now that you know what your problems are, what issues you are currently fighting, do you choose to allow it to stifle your mind so you can stand up to your issues head on? Or do you allow your mind to distract itself from what is important? Just take a minute and just contemplate. When we're able to deal with our issues head on, we can figure out what took place, how it took place. Not only that, but we are learning and growing from our experience. So if you allow yourself to confront your issues, right, face them head on with a level-headed mind and deal with it. Just deal with it. Running away is so much easier than actually dealing with your being that's hindering you from your actual being, from finding your inner peace, your BeautyInShe, right? How can you hone your she presence if you don't allow yourself to confront your issues after you've faced yourself, right? So what's facing yourself, you come to realization, you've woken up into reality and have faced your thoughts with what is actually hindering you. And not like hindering you from actually physically doing something, yes, in that matter, but what has been stifling your mind to where you don't perform your desires, pursue your endeavors, live in the present moment and enjoy each precious moment that you have that comes along your journey. It's much more tempting to run away and just block it out of your mind, but it's also unhealthy. We can't just sit and watch TV and numb our minds from our hurt, our pain. We can't just ignore our feelings and emotions and just sleep through it. We can't just emotionally eat or abuse alcohol or drugs. No, we can't harm ourselves. We can't be unkind to our bodies and our mind, right? We should do the opposite. All of that energy that we're putting in to all of this negative behavior, we should be reverting it to all of the positive behaviors. Because what do negative behaviors bring? Negative outcomes. And what does positive outcomes or positive behavior bring? Positive outcomes, right? And that's what we want. We need to address our problems before they escalate and they catch up to us, before they catch up to you. And then it's really out of your control, right? You feel as if, like, where did you go wrong? Or, damn, I wish I did something when I had that moment and I didn't jump on it. Don't do that to yourself. When I had to come to realization that I was about to experience homelessness for real, when my life was trembling down and I was trying to ask for help while I still was in control, while my mental state was decapacitating, but I still was there. I still was somewhat alert to the fact that I had to do something. Whether it was small or big, I knew I needed to make some type of step that I didn't make a minute ago, or the day prior, or the week prior. Each moment, each minute that I have to take advantage of was everything, and I needed that, and I needed to act on it. I had to come to grips with the fact that my mother was not my mother. And I had to come to grips and accept the fact that I was about to lose everything that I thought I was working hard for. I was going to school. I was in my own apartment with my boyfriend at the time, who's now my husband. I thought I was on the right path. I was finding my purpose, going to school for medical assisting. I knew I wanted to help people. I was on my way to where I am now, on my path. And along the way, I got stuck. I got trapped. And I had to come to grips. I had to face the fact that my mother knowingly disowned me through my situation. It was like as if I was a TV show, a comedy series to her. And I couldn't make this shit up. This happened to me. I've experienced all of her emotional abuse. At that moment, I just had to make a decision. Am I going to cry and mope and beg this person, or am I going to accept my situation, face it, and deal with it, and know that it's going to happen? I knew I was going to be homeless. I just said, okay, this is what I have to do. I don't know how deep it's going to get, but I know I'm about to go through some shit. Constantly going through my head, knowing that I was about to get into something that I couldn't even fathom. No one wants to be homeless, and I don't wish that on anybody. But coming to terms with it on my own and having to deal with it on my own without any extra help, no outside support, no anything. We had to figure it out on our own. And that we did. And I am here now. I am living. I am on the path of offering my blessings because of the fact that I had to confront my issues and face myself. And that led me to my calling. It brought me to my purpose to figure out why I was put into this universe. And that was to give back, to guide you, to help you, to give you insight, to help you train your mind for the sake of your livelihood. Because we deserve happiness. I don't truly think many people understand what genuine happiness is. And once you reach that level in your life, well, it's just serene, and you will appreciate your entire being so much more. You would have so much respect for yourself, as you should. We cannot let our issues stop us from being who we are, for believing our truths, I did not let my homelessness stop me, and I was in the deep end of it. My life could have seriously turned a whole 360. Living on the street, it is no joke, and it is not easy. But I am here to tell you that anything is possible. It takes time and fucking patience, but it is possible. Avoid that escapist mentality. Stop avoiding reality through entertainment or fantasy, or whatever label you want to put on it. Stop avoiding reality. We can't just make up a fairy tale mind in our lives and just go on with that. Choosing to believe what is untrue. And why put yourself through all of that? Why would you do that to yourself? Why do you continuously want to run in circles? What does that do for you? We have to recognize our avoidance behavior. If you see yourself consistently just sitting or staying in a mundane, boring job just to avoid failure, you need to recalibrate and refocus. Rebounding after a breakup, rather than healing on your own. Having time for yourself getting your mind back right, that's when you need to recalibrate and refocus. We shouldn't have to force ourselves to be loved by somebody else. We need to focus on loving ourselves, being kind to our being, not trying to live a life for somebody else. What about you? Stop running from your reality and just clouding your mind and your entire being just on work, just to get your mind to be somewhere else. You're trying to block out reality. And you can't run from your issues forever. You just can't. Either way, regardless of such, your problems always eventually catch up to you, and you'll find yourself in the same situation. And you don't learn from anything that you're doing to yourself or performing. You don't actually learn to better yourself, right? You're continuously repeating a cycle that is unhealthy for you. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you accept it and face it, and then allow yourself to confront your issues, the weight on your shoulders will lessen. Relieve yourself of all of this pressure that you have on you, all of your fears, whatever anxiety or worries. You have to face it, accept it, let it go. Know that you can overcome this battle if you allow yourself to. Facing your problems, confronting your issues. What does it teach you? I'll tell you. Perseverance. One can overcome any hardship in life. One can overcome anything. Resilience and strength. What else do you gain? Pride, independence, all by your lonesome. You don't need another individual to give you what you can give yourself. It's another thing to want, right? Love. Sometimes we want to be touched, right? But we can sense, we can feel, we can taste, we can think all within ourselves, right? We don't need an individual. We don't need someone else, right? Needs and wants are two different things. You can give yourself everything you desire if you allow yourself the opportunity to confront your issues. But you have to be willing to make that decision for yourself, to stand up to yourself. No one else can do that for you. No one else can think for you. You have to embrace discomfort as part of the process, because it is going to be uncomfortable. Things that you may not know, things that you are not used to doing. But that's how we gain new experiences. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. That's how we persevere. That's how we find our calling, our purpose. Figuring it out. Figure it out. And of course, nothing is ever easy to do alone. But should you need to, it may be the healthiest choice for you. It may not be fun being alone, but sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's necessary to figure out who you are in order to form a healthy relationship with yourself, in order to confront yourself, face your issues, right? You need to spend time alone by yourself. But of course, along the way, along the journey, there may be times where positive insights from the outside world can be very beneficial. It can actually impact your mind for the better. So surrounding yourself around positive people will create positive outcomes. You can always seek support and insight from supportive people. You can also look into support groups. You know, if you don't have any positive friends or family members that are actually influential in your life through any circumstance that you experience, that would be very beneficial to your being. But should you not have any guidance or a listening ear or any advice, I am also here to help should you need any guidance. See, my calling during my hardship was to guide other women who were once just like me. See, we all have a connection. We can all form a connection with one another. We can all relate to one another and share our insights to help each of us hang on to the top, to where we can then pick our own selves up. That is the whole point, right? Being independent, self-reliant, self-resilience, self-awareness, being mindful of our entire being. Which is why I created key components for you to hold yourself accountable should you need any guidance embarking on your path to She. I've created the She is Balanced, She is She daily reminder checklist, along with 2 additional services. If you head over to my website to retrieve them, they will be accessible to you. I will be leaving directions in the show notes below on how you can retrieve your copies. I want to thank you, beauties, for tuning in to Mindset of She. Your host, Angel Stevenson. Please feel free to contact me should you have any inquiries. If you want to give any feedback pertaining to the show, please leave a review. You can also connect with me on social media. Facebook at BeautyInShe. You can join our Facebook group community at Healing Beauties of She. The intent is to uplift, inspire, motivate and learn from one another, building a positive community of women who share similar stories, or maybe the same or different. You can also follow me on Instagram at beauty.in.she and Twitter at BeautyInShe. Please make sure to visit my website, BeautyInShe-wellness.com. Please make sure to check out our weekly blogs, and please make sure to subscribe. I will also be leaving my email in the show notes should you have any inquiries. I am here to help you. Thank you guys, and stay blessed.